And we know better. Well, guys, are you hyped? Because isn't it everything like, well, yeah, we've got the femcel energy still going on behind us. That's just a part of us. That's kind of our brand, is it not?
In a way.
The way that we piss off men so incredibly, but we are femcel in the way that it's purposeful.
Yeah.
Misandry is what it is. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, we're not... but we're women, so it's fine. But then we got these cute little pink chairs.
All that to say, welcome to the new pod set, which Morgan didn't say. She just
well, I assume they could see it.
Ooh, we don't know if I assume most people are listening.
Oh.
Then not.
Really? I assume the opposite.
I know most of our friends listen, I feel.
Leave a comment, because I'm curious, actually.
I mean, I know Ange listens while she's driving. I know
Okay.
JT listens while he's at work.
Yeah.
And I assume that Isabel also plays the YouTube video, but she does it while she's at work. So why would they be watching it at the same time?
Yeah,
I mean, think about the timeline of people texting us about it. It's during the workday. So I just assume they listen to it.
True, but when I'm listening to podcasts at work, I am watching the YouTube video.
I forget that I'm, unlike most people, I can't do multiple things at once, so I can barely even listen to a podcast.
Well, that's because I'm not really doing much at work, and I would say that's probably the same for our manager.
All that to say...
Not to call her out.
Welcome to the new podcast.
Yes, sorry to our audio listeners, I forget.
Yes, I kind of just reheated my own nachos again, but I think I actually like this one better. I wish I had more pink posters, like more consistently pink, but I mean, this is literally every single anime poster I have, and it goes all the way up to the top of the ceiling, which you can't see. So I actually don't have any more options. I literally use them all. To recreate our old pod set.
There's room for more. Yeah, we should maybe for like the thumbnail or whatever, we'll do like an actual like wide picture of like the whole background so people could see. We could just do it really far away and do it like maybe not 0.5, but like it look really crazy and big, but to just show that there's a whole new set. That'd be exciting.
But anyway, all that to say, welcome to our new set.
Yes.
We're on a tripod right now, which spoiler alert, has never been the case in the past. It was real jank in the past.
It was, you were on a shelf held up by a candle.
Yes. But now you're floating by yourself.
Yes, it's very, very nice to see, very interesting. There's also less for us to look at, because before we were facing your desk, but now the desk is over there. Now I can only look at you guys, because before I could look at like the sex poster.
Is the most set that the set has felt.
Yeah.
Like, we are very clearly filming ourselves sitting and talking right now, when in the past it was more of a cozy-ish vibe. Not that this isn't a cozy vibe on the camera, but like from our perspective.
Yeah.
You know, in the old perspective, it's like, no, we're actually just sitting on my bed full of my stuffed animals. Like, this is just what it looks like. Meanwhile, also
we should have got one and put one in the corner.
True.
That would have been nice.
Well,
next time.
Yeah. I actually have a really cute Hello Kitty My Melody, too, that's, like, huge.
That would be cute.
That'd be perf.
Yeah. Also, so, if you're listening, you should come and take a look at that, but also because we look really hot today. Because for one, we are going out for a reschedule of my birthday after this. And two, it is the year anniversary!
Yes. That's the other big news. New set because, well, not because, but I'm going to say it's because it's our 1 year anniversary as a pod.
Yes. Woo! So exciting. Has it felt like a year for you?
No.
No.
Not at all. But it is like, I definitely think we have such a system, and also our episodes are actually so much better than the first few months that we did it. Not that I thought any of our... I think we naturally lend well to a podcast because of how our friendship is and also how we talk. The whole reason why we made it.
Right.
But I do think that we are funnier the longer we go. We have better ideas for what we should talk about, even if it's on the fly as we go. Even because I don't think we ever stop really necessarily doing riff episodes. I mean, a lot of them are riff episodes. Some of them are planned. But I think even the riff episodes have majorly improved.
Right. I think it's practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And that is what we are doing, so...
And also, I think we constantly think of new ideas of what to wear and what to talk about.
True.
Are you guys sick
fresh.
of us doing duo costumes? Because I'm not.
Doing a duo, literally any chance we get.
I
It's
wanted to
fun.
do lesbian Clarendon so bad after I saw that fan art. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like a purple dress, like with
Yeah.
that for you, and like in the same style as your enchanted dresses. Like, you know what I mean? You could even
Ooh.
do it with the fucking thing you already have. The Ren Fair thing.
The over
Purple,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, or I've been wanting to buy another dress this year because I only have the one, like that blue teal one that I got from Run Fair, and I was thinking about getting another one, maybe in a different style. I could get something for that
And
there.
then you just have to make the
purpley.
robe and the hat and the pretty, and you can make it like a more of a princess hat and make
Yeah,
tulle
they
come off
probably
the top,
send that
you know what I
sell
mean?
those there at the Run Fair too.
I've seen a lot of people on TikTok do parties where they make the princess hat like with the cone and then the tulle coming off, and that can be like your wizard hat. And then I still just have to make full armor. But like I think I can make it the more femme version. I've been seeing a lot of Les Byler stuff, not to bring it always back to Byler, but
yeah.
There's all that said, there's many costumes I still want yet to do. Or even just coordinations in general. I mean, we did Wicked and that was pretty peak. Morgan painting her entire self green. I think that was also like such a good bang end to our first year of podcast. I mean, it's not the true end, but like that was our big event.
Yeah.
Because like my birthday production of Wicked was not like in conjecture to the pod, but like in a way it kind of felt like it was. Yeah. Because it was professional and serious, and this is what we do together.
True, but I'll also say that for us anyways, it kind of was that was more accurate to the start of the pod for us when we decided that we were going to do it. Was around your birthday.
True.
Around mine, and then we only actually came out with an episode in April. True. But it kind of is a mark of the year.
True. Yeah, so Wicked costume was the big bang, but I think we'll have a year full of many, many more matching and costumes. Not even costumes in the sense of like just a matching fit or whatever. I actually think this is the first time we've dressed to go out and we didn't match unironically or look like a either match directly in terms of like we're both wearing the jeans and the wife beater, or like match where we compliment each other and look like we're dating. Actually, now we just look like two friends. This has never happened.
And if I didn't get these new jeans, I probably would have wore a black skirt and black boots. So that's probably like we were close. But these jeans are new.
And I got this. Do you guys like my shirt? It's
Mangle. And I think it's supposed to get a little bit chillier tonight.
It's Mangle from FNAF 2. I bought it literally today. But
I didn't even notice that.
It in a size small at Hot Topic because I went to go pick up a different Hot Topic order. You know, normal my daily routine. And I saw it, but it was only in a small, and I was like, I don't normally, like, a small fits. I mean, obviously you're seeing me wear it right now, but I don't typically, the t-shirts I like to wear are 2X or XL or something like that. I like it loose. I don't like things that are tight to my skin if it's like a t-shirt or something like that. So then I bought it in my head. I'm like, this is only going to be worth it if I wear it immediately and wear it, like, in a cute way. And also,
it's cute.
The sleeves are actually, I fucking keep, curling them up, and it's fine. I'll adjust the look right before we go out. It keeps undoing itself, but that's why I'm dressed. That was the look. All that to say, that's how I ended up on my look today, because
it'd look cute if you did a cut on it too, but I like the integrity.
I want it to be like tight, because normally I lost a little bit of weight though in my boobs, I think, or in everywhere else. I don't know. Normally when I wear a small t-shirt, it really accentuates. Also, there's probably not because it's cut for a man, but it really like tightens right tight to my boobs, if that makes sense, and also it makes my boobs look really good, and then I can just tighten like the waist part to match. Yeah, that was the goal. But all that to say, that's the full black outfit and the bright pink lipstick, which I rarely bring out, but that's to match my Mangle t-shirt. And also we're going to the gay club later, so I was like, this seems appropriate.
I'm really curious to see who will notice and who will say something. I feel like at Lush you'll definitely get something because the crowd is more millennial there. True. And I don't think that Gen Z can obviously like FNAF. We do. I just feel like
really? I feel like FNAF is such a Gen Z thing, like us when we were 12 thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole vibe. I guess
true,
I don't see it as, like, young kids
But I think about, like, the YouTubers that we were watching were millennials.
Right, but they were, I feel, almost part of the pushing the FNAF content. The consumers were all 12-year-olds who are now in their 20s or late teens. There were some people quite young that I think are the generation below us that were consuming it as well. But in my head, it was very Gen Z, like, early teens, late adolescence rage. Because that's when the first one came out, when we were like 10, 11, 12. Fair. I don't know, maybe that's just my also biased opinion because I experienced it that way. So
yeah. I'm not sure. We'll see.
I guess the fandom is what
we'll
I'm thinking
see
of, less than the games,
where you get compliments on it. And
yeah, I think the gay people would most likely know what it... I feel like you can wear anything in the gay club it makes sense. But I don't know if the people clubbing at Jet Set, which is... We're going to Lush, which is a gay bar with a drag and, like, more of a... not chill vibe, but a chill vibe.
Yeah.
Jet Set's a club.
Because there's a drag going on, so you're not...
Yeah,
it's not club. It's not gay 90s. That's for fucking sure.
I don't think anyone in Jet Set in the basement is gonna be like, oh my god, FNAF. Like, I think, you know, we're a little bit too tightly packed and thinking about other things at that point. But
maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. I could see you walking past someone on the dance floor and they're like, oh my god. Yeah. So 1 year, guys. Crazy. Yeah, it does not feel like it. 27 episodes. Or this will be the 27th. Yeah. But, for that, we decided, will you introduce it? Because I can never freaking remember
I thought it would be fun to, because I moved. I will reveal that. I wasn't going to say it, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Because I moved, and it's been our birthdays, there's been a lot going on, and we wanted to film this sooner than later, so... You know, I feel like our initial plan was to kind of have, like, a birthday party kind of vibe, but, like, shortcoming to plan this. I thought it would be really cute since, you know, we spent the last 2 episodes focusing on each of us, that maybe we should focus on our relationship with each other and our relationship with you guys, because in a way, you know, we're dating you guys in a way. Because, you know everything.
That's what these podcasts are, they're dates. Each episode is a date.
No, we're in a relationship.
Oh, I meant dating them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh!
Sorry, I thought you were when I said it.
Yeah,
no,
I was like...
I'm saying, did you guys know we've actually been in a relationship with you the whole time? Did you guys know?
Welcome to polyamory if you're in a different relationship. And if you're single, no, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
You're committed to us.
I know that everyone who does not already know us has followed us from social media because they think we're hot. Or they like Byler.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think some of them are Byler fanatics.
True. But all that to say, so, yeah, but, okay, so you're on Byler
Maybe
Twitter,
both.
you're a Byler girl, you still probably attracted to us 2 hot girls talking about Byler. My first statement still stands. Mm-hmm. I keep seeing tweets that are like, I hope my future wife is on Byler Twitter. I'm like, literally actually how I feel.
Start shooting your shot. I know seen quite a few people that met over Twitter.
Yeah, one of my childhood best friend met her girlfriend on Louis Tomlinson Twitter. Anyway, I digress.
And so, you reach out to lame parties and get in there and then steal the script. Steal the new book that she's writing up. I want an exclusive first read.
Literally. So I thought it would be cute to do, I don't know if you guys heard this, it was kind of a trend, I would say, like 4 or 5 years ago. The 36 Questions to Fall in Love by the New York Times. Basically, they published 36 questions you're supposed to ask with a partner, and by the end of it, you're supposedly going to be in love. And has that ever happened to me doing this? No. But I do it with a lot of friends, and I think it's really fun. You get to know people on a deeper level. I think it was kind of the we're not really strangers before we're not really strangers was a thing. You know, that card game, like, that get to know each other really deeply. So, we're gonna do that with each other. You guys can, I guess... Let us know at the end if you're in love with us, and also you can suss the vibe between me and Morgan, whether you think we're in love with each other after the end of these questions. I don't think 36 questions is going to change our relationship status with each other. I think we would be there by now if it was going to happen. Okay, let's get into it. I guess you guys also, if you feel like you want to, you could answer the questions in the comments, although you'll have to comment 36 times, so...
Engagement!
I guess I'll ask and then you answer and then I'll answer,
okay.
I guess.
Sure.
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Anyone in the world. Right now, my turtle with hats and obsession is still pretty strong. And maybe I'm wasting it because that might be a reality and I could have anyone. But I'm like, I don't want to just like, I could say a million people I really respect. Beyonce.
But, like, you're sitting
Whoever.
down, it's like who you're going to have fun with.
Exactly. That's my thought. Like, I want to go to dinner and have a good time and not, like, be super worried about, like, making a good impression or what are they going to think of me. Like, I just want to have a good time, and right now that's in Turtle with Hat, and I know that's cheating because that's technically 2 people, but I'm using their name, so that's It's
I'll
turtle with
accept
hat.
I'll accept it.
Them as a concept. They can even be in, like, video mode.
Huh.
Even though that would freak me out. I'd have to be like, because they
Right.
are freaky.
Yeah.
They are slushy noobs level cringe when they're in public on video mode, so. But I think I would say them right now.
That's fair. I would say Finn Wolfhard because I want to take him on a date.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising.
Yeah, guys, it hasn't gotten any better, and there's been some really insane things I've seen and found out about him, and it hasn't changed. It's lessened a little bit, because I really like Tyreek Withers as well. I think he's really cute. Maybe I'm just in, like, a celebrity crush era. I'm just going to pretend it's normal and not a weird thing about Finn Wolfhard. Number 2. Would you like to be famous, and in what way?
Well, yes, I guess. And in the podcast way, not like on a crazy amount. Not in a way where I'm getting death threats, of course. Like a turtle, again, the way I make all my answers end up, like, relating back to turtle with hat. It, like, in a way that they are, and that they, like, they have, like, a pretty strong community. They just an ability to make whatever content they want, and then people engage with them, and, like, yeah, the community engages back, and it's really cool to see, and they have fun with it, and then they do a lot of events to reach out to their community. I think that would be my goal.
Yeah, I would say, do I want to be famous? Yes, but in the gay famous way. Kind of similar to what you said. Although I sincerely doubt that they don't get hella death threats, considering that they're lesbians.
Right.
But, like, not to
No,
what you're saying, but
I just meant in the way, I don't feel like it's at the level.
Yeah. Not gay, necessarily gay, but
threats
like
because you're gay, not because you just exist, I guess. Those are the differences. Because I feel like, because I'm thinking, like, I mean, just, like, big celebrities, do they just get threats just because they exist? I mean, like, obviously it's based on something that some person's mad about, but, like, the bigger you get, I feel like the more people will find any reason to hate you.
True. I think it's just a gay and women thing, though, for the most part. It's, I guess, everyone but a cis male thing, in a way.
Yeah, that is true.
I think those big celebrities do as well, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is fair. It is a woman, and then being gay thing, but just, yeah. The bigger you get, obviously, the greater load, and I think the more opportunities. I mean, more people outreach means more opportunities for people to be like, oh, I fucking hate this person. They're not doing what I want them to do. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would want to avoid. But yeah, no.
I would definitely want to be famous in the internet niche way. Although I don't think I would ever want to be full blown influencer. I guess, like, yes and no. I don't know. I think everyone says that they don't want to become that influencer type persona, though, and then they do anyway, because that's just the fucking way of the job. Because
I guess, yeah, especially if you make it your full-time job, then it's kind of hard to, like, pick and choose.
Like, Slushy Noob still has their personality, but they act like influencers now, in my opinion. Not in the LA way, but I think no matter what, people fall into some sort of version of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I would want that to be my main thing. I would argue they have.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
How they talk about the world and how they talk about money and how they talk about where they live. I think for them it's a lot less because mostly they're just doing comedy. And, like, they don't really do other social medias, I guess. But it still bleeds through.
Okay.
But, okay. Question 3. I guess yes. Also, my answer is yes, niche gay famous, and, like, I don't know. I don't know if I have any stipulations with what I was saying, but, Number 3, before making a phone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say, and why?
I don't think consciously, not really. That got me nervous. Yeah, I don't think consciously. I think I probably do. Phone calls don't make me that nervous. I'm generally pretty fine with them. I don't like to do it. I prefer not to do it. I will avoid doing it if at all possible. I'll specifically pick places for appointments of such if they have an online scheduling system that I can just do it through there and not have to call anybody. And even so far as like I need one where I can schedule right on the website, not I put in my information and you get back to me. No, I want to schedule on the website. So I'll do that, but otherwise I don't really care about phone calls. They don't bother me too much.
I definitely rehearse all my phone calls. And why? Because I'm super anxious and I hate phone calls and I hate any sort of public interaction with anybody. Regardless. That's why I'm not a customer-facing worker in any way, nor should I ever be. Okay, number 4. What constitutes a perfect day for you?
Why do I feel like we've answered this before for some reason?
Because it's also a we're not really strangers question.
Yeah, but I felt like on the pod.
Oh.
But maybe not. Wake up naturally without the cats bugging me, hopefully. And it's like you wake up feeling good. Breakfast. That's already made for me. I don't have to do anything. If it's fast food, great. I don't have to pay for it. It's free. I'm assuming everything... My perfect day doesn't involve anything payment-wise. I'm not paying for shit. Like, everything is free. So there's just ready-made breakfast for me. And it is probably mostly salty. But maybe a little bit like pancakes type vibe. Or cinnamon rolls. That's pretty good. And then... I'm assuming a perfect day would be nice outside. So maybe I go and sit outside with some friends, maybe, but we silently read a book. Or maybe not silently, we can chat if there's something to chat about, but reading outside. Then a nap. A nap where I feel really good after. And then probably watching TV show, movie, or something that I really want to watch, and maybe I've already seen it and other people haven't seen it, and then I show it to them and then they really love it. And then I go to dinner with all my good friends, and the drinks are really good, and the food is amazing, and I don't even know if I would qualify what the food would be. It would depend on the mood, but, like, the vibes are great. I go, maybe dancing. Oh, that'll be, maybe a house party. Probably more dancing and more drinking, but at the location of such, I'm not sure. Maybe when I learn a DJ set that I made. A DJ set that I made and everyone loves. And it's a great time, and then I masturbate and go to bed.
Valid.
And I'm cuddling while I masturbate, and then I let the cats in, and then we cuddle, and they're getting along really well.
Important.
Yep.
Important note.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect day in my life as of right now.
Yeah. Oh, I guess mine is not going to be, like, realistic, like, what my life could look like. That
doesn't matter.
Anyway.
I just meant, like, how I'm feeling right now, what a perfect day would be.
Mm-hmm. My perfect day, sleep in, wake up. I don't know if my perfect day I have a partner, but I don't know if that's, like, true to what I actually want, but, like, let's just say I do for the sense of the activities I'm about to list, because, like, you need someone there, I guess. Wake up, immediately have sex, like, wake up late, immediately have sex, but, like, I don't have to do anything, you know, it's more focused on just, like, me receiving. I don't do any giving. Mm-hmm. I'll just leave that at that. I'm not going to explain myself. Go to Bagel Man, which is a bagel shop on the East Coast. It's the best bagel sandwiches you're ever going to have. Probably go shopping, but, like, only to Hot Topic, really. And then they have all the stuff that I've been wanting. A new Jujutsu Kaisen episode has released, so then I come home and I watch it. And then I do think I'm going to spend some time reading, preferably outside, but it's not really super warm. It's kind of cold, so that it's breezy, I guess, because I fucking hate the spring and I hate allergies, but it's cold enough that it's not that type of energy. I definitely agree with going out to dinner with friends. And I think I would also want to go dancing. Yeah, I don't really know if I have a definitive end. I had a really strong beginning on how I wanted that to go. But buying anime shit, consuming anime shit, seeing some friends, and then maybe kind of what you said, like making someone watch something that I really like and they really like it, I guess, as well. Maybe, I guess I'll be specific, maybe talking about Erin about something that like released that we both really like, or we're like watching it together per se, because Erin typically gets into all the same things that I do autonomously for me, so that's always really fun. And then not struggling to fall asleep. And also Ginger doesn't piss inside at all. Maybe Ginger's honestly not even there. Like, only in the good parts. And then, like, the rest of the time, she's some magical force is taking care of her and I don't have to do it
Yeah,
at all.
you don't have to think about it.
Right.
No, that would be nice. That sounds like
no
a good day.
Ginger, but...
I like our difference is that you need to wake up with an orgasm and I need to end it.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I can see my perfect day, how it starts so vividly, and then after that, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think also get Taco Bell at some point.
Ooh.
That used to be essential in my answer.
That's fair.
Maybe go to the movies? I don't know. A good balance of, like, hanging out by myself and hanging out with others is really the balance.
Agreed.
Point. And
I don't think a partner once entered my mind, honestly. I was like, friends, other people... Which is like
watching anime and stuff, I imagine I'm alone, but when I'm waking up, I'm imagining I'm waking up and like someone's eating me out, and I'm like, well, I guess in that scenario, like I don't want that to be a stranger, so in theory that would be a partner.
No, I agree.
That's really the only part, though.
I just like, yeah, I'd rather masturbate, I guess. That probably says something about me and where I am in my life right now. But yeah.
This one's kind of funny. Number 5. When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else?
Sing?
Sing.
Karaoke for my birthday last Friday.
That's also my answer.
Or probably to the cats fucking today. I sing all the time. I don't fucking stop singing. It's a tick, in a way. So.
I did run through Phantom of the Opera, Hadestown, and Wicked yesterday to Ginger. And my Alpha Buzz fan, I listened to As Long As You're Mine 3 times in a row yesterday because I sang it the first time and I'm like, I could do that a little bit better. And then I ran it back and I was like, that sounded so fucking good, I need to do it again. So.
Well, yes! I love that. Singing's great, guys, obviously. You will hear that from us.
Number 6, if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
If I'm able to live to what age?
90.
In its mind or body?
Mm-hmm. You pause 1 at 30.
Guys, if I'm being honest, I don't want to live to 90. That sounds like absolute hell to me.
My hot take is I think I would choose body because I don't want to be trapped in the mind of a 30-year-old when I'm 50. I think there's so much wisdom between the ages of 30 to 50 to 60 that I would want my mind to develop and learn from. I guess not that my mind wouldn't learn from my lived experiences.
Yeah.
But I think that 30, there's still a level of maturity to be gained. And like, yeah, it's
right.
probably going to be a little crazy when my mind starts to decline and I still have the body of a 30-year-old, but I would rather the growth than not have that growth.
I feel like the same because
and also be hot.
I think so many people talk about the struggles of the aging, and I think a lot of it is to do with the body and that you're not able to move like you were able to before just because you can't get up. So a lot of people in a way, and I feel like the mind, I mean sharpness, and that's real for a lot of people, but I feel like what I perceive and see a lot is people's bodies are aging, but their mind, they could be very much older and their mind is pretty sharp. Their body's just not able to do for them what it was able to do before. And so I think I would also agree with the body because, yeah, I feel like I want my body to be able to do things for me as long as it is able. And I feel like if this was a different question, if it was asking me like you said, like 50, would I keep the body of 50 or the brain of 50? And I think then I would be like, well, I feel like leaving the brain as it is at 50 is probably better than the way. I just feel like the body deteriorates faster than the mind, in my opinion. And that's not true for everyone, but like from what I've seen in my family members at least, is that the body is going and giving out a lot quicker than it is anyone's mind. In mine, but I don't have a family that deals with strong levels of dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that, so.
Yeah. I guess also, like, I want to be hot forever. That would be great. But I also just think my answer is now more based on, like, I don't want my mind to not change as well. Mm-hmm. Number 7, do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
No. I don't think I do.
I don't think most people do. I'm gonna
die.
I
think it depends on your family, and if you have anyone in your family that has certain ailments that are common. My family doesn't really have anything super particular that they are dying from, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die from Crohn's disease because I have it, and I'm probably gonna get colon cancer and die from that. As such, most people do. In my 60s, so, you know, that's great. But not really a secret, more so just I'm pretty convinced that's just what's gonna happen.
Right.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
3 things we have in common?
Yes. Gay, woman, have a pet.
Okay, I was gonna try and go for something more niche, but I appreciate you hitting the obvious heavy hitters up front.
Not all of our questions can have long answers, or we're never gonna get through them.
That's true. Eldest daughters. Love for the performing arts. Hatred for men, I guess.
I couldn't imagine doing that question with a man. Like, what would I say? I don't know. Oh, we're also both Pisces. I was thinking about Kevin. I was like, what would I say with Kevin? Because that's the first man that comes to mind. I was like, we're Pisces. For what in your life, number 9, for what in your life do you feel most grateful?
My friends.
I would say growing up with parents who had money. Probably been pretty much the only thing I'm thankful about my childhood. LOL. Number 10, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Sorry, got a little ahead of myself with that last answer.
That's funny that they kind of lead into each other. You can answer first. Let me think, and I get.
I don't think I have one thing. I think it would be everything besides the fact that my parents were rich. Parents that were, if I had to choose one thing, I think. Never mind, I can't. I was gonna say I think a vested interest in my mental well-being and my interests, not just a vested interest on, I guess, a vested interest in who I am as a person, not who they want me to be. Yeah. That's like the best way to phrase it.
Yeah. It said about what I would change about my childhood.
Not how you were raised.
Oh, damn. I was like, childhood, I feel like I could answer easier. I don't really have many qualms about how I was raised. A lot of my stuff as a child was internalized. Maybe less parentification, even though I did a lot of that myself. But I think it probably wasn't helped that I was expected to watch and care for my sisters, be babysitter, even though my dad, it was never like anything crazy. My dad was outside, but I think some part of me internalized that and, made me feel super responsible for that. And like, again, I think that could be fine in some cases, but in mine, because I think I was already prone to mental health issues, that in that way, that it was not necessarily the best for me.
Fair. We're going to skip number 11 because that's going to take way too fucking long. So
Okay.
take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. You can revert to the...
Watch the damn podcast.
You can refer to episodes 24 and 25 for our birthdays for that.
But also, like, this whole podcast is about that, so.
Yeah. 12. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be? Oh my god, isn't it crazy? Actually, I know the last time I answered this, I said skinny. I know it. I know that's what I answered the last time I answered that. I don't feel the same anymore.
That's honestly real, though, because you get a lot of privilege from it. So it's not even... I mean, yeah.
One quality or ability.
Confidence. If you can call that I would call that a quality. Like a good, healthy dose of confidence.
I would say ability to participate in any level of intimacy without thinking about it so much. Physical intimacy. But even, like, I guess my ability would be to be able to initiate physical intimacy without thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Just being able to do it.
Right.
13. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
About my... wait, say...
It's just... basically, the question is, if a crystal ball could tell you anything about the future.
Anything about the future.
What would you want to know? But I think they phrase it as in, like, it doesn't have to be, like, your life, like, you could think about, like, internally how you feel or whatever. But it's really open-ended. What do you want to know?
Does the world become a place that I want to live in?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just because I don't think I want to ask anything specifically about myself, even though that's valid, because I feel like that's part of the mystery, and also if I didn't like the answer, I'd kill myself. And that's not really fun. If you told me, like, if I was like, oh, am I going to find the love of my life, and you tell me, no, I guess. I don't feel like that's a bad example, because I don't think I care much about it. But, like I don't know, if I was like, am I going to be happy in the future?
Tragically die, and they say yes, it's like, well.
Yeah, now I'm killing myself, or, like, yeah, I'm like, am I going to be happy in the future? You're like, no, then I'm just going to kill myself. But I'm like, I am more curious about how the world would turn out, and, like, if it is, I mean, honestly, the answer is probably the same. Because if you told me the world is not going to get better and be a livable place that I want to be in, then I'll also just kill myself, so.
True, yeah.
Like, none of the questions are really, you better be careful what you're going to tell me next.
I think I would ask it, do I read fan fiction in the future that is better than anything I've previously read?
Do you feel like if the answer was no, though, that you would kill yourself? Because what is there to live for? No.
I think I know that I don't think there's a better fanfiction than Crivers. But it would be really cool if the answer was yes. I'd be like, whoa, there's so many things left to discover.
True. Fair enough. That is a great question.
Because I also agree, the kill yourself thing is like, I don't have a very high will to live. Like, I can't know anything bad. Yeah. Number 14, is there something you've dreamed about doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it?
Nothing comes to mind. You can go and maybe I'll think on it.
The first answer that immediately came to mind was join community theater again. Why haven't I done it? Because I have anxiety about every single new situation or thing that I participate in. So that makes it hard to do new things.
I guess I've always been wanting to try burlesque classes, and the only reason is because a little bit of a money barrier, but then I just haven't put in the effort to do it. But that'll probably change soon, but I've been wanting to do that since I was a kid. You all watch my episode, you know burlesque is one of my favorite movies, but that's been always one of my favorite things.
Number 15, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
You can jump in at any time if you have one.
Yeah. This answer's always been the same, actually. Greatest accomplishment of my life is my sister being raised and having a happy life. Having a successful and happy life as of now. Only getting more successful and more happy every time I answer this question. Because last time I think my answer was my sister successfully graduating high school. But now I would just say generally successful and happy.
Self-sustaining in my 20s, which I don't feel like is that, like, crazy, but it is an accomplishment. Not everyone can move out, live by themselves, have cats, go out, do fun things, have a full-time job that they enjoy as far as jobs go. Like, I don't think my life is exactly how my younger self would have imagined, but I think the biggest thing she wanted was for me to be happy, and I think I generally pretty am happy. So I think that's an accomplishment.
Number 16, what do you value most in a friendship? I value most investment in me as a person. I don't know how better to phrase that. There's not a good word for it, but mostly just saying, like, I really value when someone goes out of their way to actually understand me as a person and the things I like, because I think that is my biggest hang up in mental health, is I don't think anyone actually knows me. So when it feels like someone's actually attempting to, or is, I think that's high value.
I'd maybe say kind of similarly, but just like thoughtfulness. You know, you're thinking of me, you're thinking about me, and you're also thinking of others, which I think is important to me. Yeah. I feel like it kind of aligns with what you said.
There's not like a good way to succinct. Oh. I don't know how we'll answer 18, but 17, what is your most treasured memory? My most treasured memory, I remember answering this in college. It actually had to do with Mike, who is a ex-friend that I actually no longer talk to, but he does watch the pod and gets mad about what I say on it. So he used to be my most treasured memory, though. Not anymore. I'm trying to think, though, now what would it be? Not sure. I don't know if I have one.
I know, it's hard on the spot. I feel like I have a lot of good memories. Driving home from the Billie Eilish concert, and we were singing Chapel Roan really loud.
Just back and forth.
Back and forth between the
subway
and Giver, and then just the weather was nice. We came off of a really fun concert, and we were just us three having a good time together, and I think like that sticks in my mind and outshines the concert in a way. Not that the concert was fantastic, but it's just like I love being a girl, and I love singing in the car with my friends and spending time with them. So I don't know if that's my most. It's a really good one. It's a really good one, and I have bad memory recall too. But like that sticks out into my head. I'm like, I always love that memory.
I think I had one and now I don't. I would say no, actually, I don't know how I feel. Well, actually, in the moment, it was really funny. I was actually going to say probably one of the nights getting home really drunk with Liv, where we're, like, acting a fool. That, or watching Peaky Blinders Season 1 with Ange for the first time, where we were, like, actually being horny on Main, like, two in front of each other, and it was embarrassing. But going along with the college one, I'll say us going to Heated Revelry Night most recently, even though it was, like, actually the worst anxiety and, like, of my life.
The most recent one?
No, the one before that.
The one before that.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other one wasn't super memorable to me.
No.
But the first one,
I didn't get super drunk.
Just the comedy of kissing a man, giving me $20 for a cigarette. He starts making out with me, and I'm just like, this is so funny, I'm gonna do it. And then that leading into getting in the car, we're dying laughing, like thinking that was the most insane thing. Morgan lets me text the girl I used to have a crush on. In my head, I'm like, I'm on my shit right now. Throwing up in the Uber, and specifically the memory I most recall is the super drunk walking inside covered in vomit, and we're both laughing our ass off. I think it's the funniest thing that's ever happened. Falling and throwing ourselves in, like, and I can't open the door either, so she had to run outside as fast as she could because she was gonna pee herself.
Yeah, because I was laughing so hard, and I pissed outside
the whole time. And then, you know, it kind of turns into, like, not so fun of a time, because then you start throwing up, and I'm throwing up, and we can't eat the Taco Bell. Like, you know, it's like that beautiful moment right before we were in the hallway. Yeah,
when it's all, like, before it gets serious, but it is
before you're both like, oh, we're gonna throw up everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. The goal is for not that tonight, but
I
close.
don't want that to ever happen to me ever again.
No.
I don't ever want to throw up in another Uber ever again. Once was more than enough. I don't know how Liv does it because it has happened to Liv multiple times. I do not know. I really it really was bad. I really hated it. And I normally don't mind throwing up when I'm drunk. So, 18, what is your most terrible memory? Or just a bad memory, maybe? I don't know if you want to air out your most terrible memory. You know, that seems a bit too far.
I'll just keep it general. I'll just say any time I've let a man do me dirty.
Yeah,
I'll keep it general. I look back on those and I'm like, I fucking hate you. To myself. But also to the man. But actually that reminds me, on the bus today, I thought someone got on that looked exactly like my ex. The really, really bad one. Ex is obviously I've only had one real boyfriend, but like the worst man to ever exist. And I thought it was him, and it might have been him, but I was like glued to the window. I was like, I don't want to know. I'm like genuinely scared right now. I don't think, as he got off, I like tried to like look at him a little bit closer. I don't think it was him, but like that genuinely put me in a state of fight or flight that I was like, I'm about to jump off this bus. So yeah, anytime I let a man do me dirty.
I think there's 2 or 3 Nick ones that would really take the cake over all the Nick stuff, but I don't really think that's podcast material. Yep. So we'll go with a more tame one. Nick went to a party. I was invited, but he convinced me that I wouldn't want to go. And then he went, and for some reason right before he left, he was like, I'm not going to smoke or I'm not going to smoke tonight, like, just so you know. We had issues about him smoking weed throughout the whole relationship. I'm not against smoking weed. I didn't really at that point, but like, I didn't really smoke anymore at that point, but that wasn't the issue. He goes out of his way to say, don't worry, I'm not going to smoke weed tonight. And I was like, you don't have to say that. Yeah. And he was like, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to be good for you. Fast forward a few hours. I have a slumber party with Brooke. He calls me on the phone and he's high as fuck. And he was like, you're just like, I wanted to call you. This fucking girl. Everyone still likes her also. And I have beef with her. But I don't think she wanted to get with Nick. But like, it pissed me off. Whenever I was not at a party, she would be there smoking him up and smoking with him alone. Like outside. Or even when I was there, they would, like, go off. I'm like, why are you trying to do this all the time? Yeah. Fucking weird, right? Yeah. Same girl smoked him up. He's calling me on the phone. They're outside together, and he just makes a point to be like, you're so boring. Like, did you know, like, you're no fun. Like, you know, you don't smoke. You don't do anything anymore. Like, you're not fun to be around. Like, no one wants to hang out with you. All this stuff. Like, out of his way to say this shit to me. Mm-hmm. And then I text him, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is fucking wrong with you? And that's not even the full memory. That's just the preempt to the story. And I was like, we need to talk. I hung up the phone. I texted him. I said, we need to talk tomorrow, period. And then he texted me and said, okay, a few hours later. So then we meet up the next day. It's like terrible memory, but also objectively hilarious, which is, I feel like, the only way I can really bring up stories with Nick where they're like kind of funny that it's so insane, not too serious. And I'm going to break up with him, obviously. This is the first time we actually almost broke up before we were out of high school. And he takes the seatbelt, wraps it around his neck, and pulls it, and like literally is like, I'm gonna kill myself right in front of you unless you say that we're not gonna break up. And I let it go to the point where his entire face was blue and purple. And so I'm 17 years old, sitting in my car, and I'm looking at, like, literally like this passenger seat. There's a boy, purple fucking face, choking himself with a fucking seatbelt. Right. Like a fucking lunatic. Like, when I drive, like, it is traumatizing. It is trauma. Mm-hmm. But, like, when I say the visual of it is actually so hilarious and insane. And also, like, I let him almost pass out. Right. Because I was pissed. I was like, do it. Yeah. Like, fucking do it. And then I got scared. And I was like, okay, actually, now I believe you. Please don't do it. But yeah. Yeah, because that is quite he let it go far. I know. I don't think, because he would immediately, he's stupid. Like, he would pass out and then he would just let go and then he would be fine. But, yeah. You know. 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you're living now, and why?
I've been already kind of trying to do that, because lately I've been like, actually, why do I give a fuck? Because what if I died in a year? So yeah, I would. I'd spend more frivolously, even though I pretty much do. I would eat whatever I want, even though I pretty much do. I'd probably quit my job because I'm not going to work if I only have 1 year left. I just have to do that now because you have to work to be able to live. I'd probably travel more. I don't make that, like, as big of a priority as I would like to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's been, like, my thing lately has been, like, actually, I can eat whatever I want because, yes, I need to keep there is something to be said about, like, keeping your body healthy. But, like, actually, I don't give a fuck if I look good because what if I die? And if I die, I would be so pissed if I was like, oh, but remember, I didn't eat that elote dip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hell no, that ain't gonna be my life. Yeah. Hell no, that isn't gonna be my life. Like, I'm gonna eat what I want because if I die tomorrow, I'll be like, but at least I got that cheeseburger though.
True.
That's how I'm feeling lately.
Yeah, I think I would quit my job. Quit my job, go to Japan, which seems like stupid because I would want to be buying anime shit and then I would just die. But like that, and then I would probably plan this very elaborate scheme for when I die of like how I'm going to distribute. I'm gonna like force people. I'm gonna write letters to people that are either gonna be like really like heart-wrenching and like mean in a way, like people who've done me wrong and stuff like that, and being like, and now I'm dead. Or like confessions of love to people who like, and also probably just people I don't actually mean it. Like just write a lot of bullshit and like fuck with people's lives. That's what I'd be planning so that when I died, people are like, the fuck is, like, what do you mean you're confessing your love to me? Like, I don't even know you.
Right.
But like, and then shit like that. And I would also like, you can't like in a will like write, force people to take things of your belongings that aren't actually of material value. But I would like make a list divvying up all my shit in an annoying way that people like wouldn't want to take. I'd be like, you have to take this very expensive, not even very expensive, I don't own anything that's that expensive anime, but like my expensive anime figure that I love so dearly, now you have to have it. And you would never, if I left you a note that was like, love you forever, please take care of my one anime figure, and it's like the most big, ridiculous, ugly thing, you'd still feel guilty and feel like you have to keep it.
Yeah, probably. If you gave me a bunch of stuff, I ain't gonna hold you. I probably would get rid of some of it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I
but
would
yes,
up my stuff in a way
if you gave me one big thing, yeah, I would keep it.
Like, I'm not going to give someone my whole anime collection. Yeah. I'm going to specifically give people specific figures because then I would guarantee that people would just keep it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's the type of shit I would be doing. I also I have this thing, Kevin and I really struggled with mental health in college, and he would always jokingly, he'd be like, oh, I'm going to kill myself, and what I would say to him in response, I said, if you kill yourself, I'm going to kill myself immediately after, and I'm going to write a letter that's going to make it seem like we were in some weird secret romance, and then that's all people are going to remember. Your suicide won't even be your own because it'll intrinsically be related to mine because I'm going to make it about us. And then he would get really mad at me, and he's like, well, now I'm not going to do it because you're going to take it away from me and make it about you. And I'm like, yes. Exactly, I am. So don't test me.
That is a great, new tip for suicide prevention. Threaten to make it about you.
And I'm like, I'll kill myself and I'll make it a weird sex thing. Yeah. And that's what your family will have to deal with. Is you're gonna do that?
Right.
Number 20. What does friendship mean to you?
Being there for each other and, creating a community. You can rely on each other and, trust each other, and yeah, that's like your chosen family, in the way that family is supposed to be, because I don't even like that word of family, because it's like not everyone's family is great, so it's chosen, and that's what it means to me. It's yeah.
I would say friendship means to me love and relationships how they are supposed to be, and I think the more true form of love that people don't appreciate enough. Number 21, what roles do love and affection play in your life? Pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, actually.
Something I actively run from.
Yeah.
I guess unless you're talking about, like, love with friends and family, of course. Mostly friends. Affection, we're trying to work on that, I feel like. Like, actively being like, it's okay to hug your friends, guys! It's okay to hug your friends! Like...
Yeah. Every time when I left to move here, because I left college, I moved out like a week before everyone else, because normally at Penn State you stay for a week or two to fucking go to the bars every single day and be drunk as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately left, spent one day in Pennsylvania more to go to the Taylor Swift concert. The next day went to Europe for 2 weeks, was home for 24 hours in Connecticut, and then moved to Minneapolis. Moved here. So when I left, Liv knew it was the last time she was going to see me for like a long time. And I was like, okay, bye. And she was like, you have to come here and hug me. Like, I don't know when I'm going to see you again. And I was like, okay. Even when my sister leaves, like, she left, she visited a few weeks ago. You guys just saw her episode. She was like getting out of the car and I was like, love you.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels weird and strange, but okay.
Yeah. The affection thing is...
I'm not good at it.
Yeah, neither am I.
Used to be.
Trying to work on it, maybe.
Along the way.
Love, yeah, friends, family, and then don't even ask about the relationships. Y'all already know.
Yeah, I'm kind of avoidance final boss in a way. Which is why I don't date.
I'm not doing great at that right now either.
Right. It's just ironic for too similar. Hey, similarity number 5.
Great.
Doing
actually.
terrible with our avoidance issues.
Yeah.
22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive. Okay, let's just let me read again. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5. Let's do 2.
Yeah, for
Back
time.
Back forth.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, and it's not that I can't think of something positive. I'm just thinking of the right ones.
I thought you were gonna say sorry and then say something mean. I was like,
no,
that's not the point of the exercise. I have one.
Passionate.
Okay. I was gonna say, when you decide to do something, you are very good at the follow through. You just do it, even if you don't necessarily want to, or it's something you're struggling with. You're like, I'm gonna do this with this person, or I'm gonna try this, or I'm gonna do it, and then you just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hesitate. Once you decide, you just do it.
Right.
Instant follow through once a decision is made.
Yes. I'm look at the camera because I'm like, is that probably mental health related? But I appreciate that it can be a positive
because I can't make myself do anything ever,
right.
or do anything hard. Which is why I'm very a stagnant person.
Right. I guess, yeah, if we're not doing necessarily one word, I would say, the care and effort you put in towards, the people you love. Yeah. You always put others, you always try to make sure the others that you care about are taken care of, so that's a positive. In safety type ways, but also in, like, ways that makes them feel good. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think of a second one. I was
no, that's okay.
Myself. Shit. Now I'm running the same thing that you started with, and I'm like, well, now I'm nervous.
Ginger snoring so loud in the back. Nothing has changed too much, guys. She's still here snoring.
I would say, your level of preparation before any event or situation. I can appreciate it because I'm typically the type A person, but I think in us being friends, it's the most type B I've ever been in my life, which is nice. Maybe not fun for you in your own head, but I appreciate it.
I don't
positive.
I don't mind it, but yeah, it's obviously just the way I am, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But
having to do it though, and like taking a purposeful step back in my head.
Totally.
I don't like doing it, so. Number 23, how close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
We're decently close. I feel like we'd probably be closer if we lived closer. We're not as close as others. We're not the type of family that's going to text each other all the time. But when we're together, it's like nothing has really changed. In the good ways and the bad. We still bicker like we used to. I think my childhood was generally pretty good. You know, as long as far as childhoods can go, and always had what I needed. like safety, like physical well-being wise. And yeah, I loved having 3 sisters, and I wouldn't change that.
My family's definitely not close or warm at all. We don't hate each other, though. I mean, me and my sister are closer. It's a weird bond, though, so it's hard to describe. Mm-hmm. Do I think my childhood was happier than most people's? I think I got more opportunities and more things than most people. Do I think I was happier than most kids? Probably not. But I think there's something to say with the privilege I was afforded as well. You know, it feels shitty to always be like, my childhood sucked, because, like, one, I mean, there's always something worse. Mm-hmm. But in my head, it's like, maybe none of my emotional needs were met ever, but, like, I got to do everything I've ever wanted to do. I was constantly bought things. I was constantly, you know. So It's like, it feels weird to be like, no, it was terrible. It's like, well, my dad's super fucking rich. Like, I can't really complain that much, can I?
I think you can. You know, obviously that plays a big part in it, but it's not everything. The same thing with money doesn't buy happiness in your adult life. You can never, it would solve a lot of things, granted, and that's true, but it doesn't inherently make you a happy person, and I don't think it inherently makes a happy childhood. But I do know the point you're making.
24, how do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I guess I don't have to think about my answers, because my parents are never going to see it.
I think it's pretty good. I think my mom would agree that she's always been my mom. She's not my best friend by any means, and I don't really want it to be, because she's my mom, and I want her to be my mom, not my friend. I have friends for that reason. So it's good. I think it's probably getting better as we get older and as I move out and I can be my own person. We definitely butt heads a little bit when I was younger. Just because, yeah, we're similar in a lot of ways. In ways that are probably not the most positive ones either. So, but I think as adults, yeah, I love to see my mom and I like spending time with her.
I would say me and my mom, now that I am an emotionally independent person, that I don't need emotional dependence on anybody else or any parent, now we have a pretty good relationship. I think, and yeah, I think it's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're like ever gonna be best friends and talk about deep things, but we don't have a bad relationship by any means. Mm-hmm. Definitely the best it's been. For same reasons, moving out and, you know, growing up a bit.
Right.
I'm skipping 25 because it's saying make 3 true we statements, and I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I agree with 26 either. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share blank. Whom I can share anime recommendations and they'd actually watch them. Because I don't want a partner, necessarily. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, partner, I mean, it could be like, what would your perfect partner, what could you share with them?
I guess I'm answering it in the sense of, like, not assuming it's a romantic partner. Yeah. Just a general, because I don't want to focus, not that I'm against having a romantic partner by any means, but I don't think there's, like, a yearning for it. So, that's how I answer the way I did.
I probably say similarly, but, like, yeah, just media. Obviously, we've talked about before that those are our love languages, so... Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah. I went with the anime specifically because not a lot of people are also willing to watch anime.
Right.
Or know much about it. Besides the guys who I'm mad at. Shout out Nanami Nation. You're on my shit list right now. I'm actually so pissed at you. JT's gonna hear this and be like, what? I'm gonna bring it up in the group chat and I'm gonna have to talk about it. But maybe that's for the better. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for them to know. Well, we are close friends, so...
I don't think there's anything we could necessarily answer them.
And 28 is tell your partner something you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. I think we kind...
Yep. Yeah, we already did that with the...
Okay. I thought you were about to say, okay, I'll go, and I'm like, I was like planning on going.
Yeah.
29, share an embarrassing moment in your life. One time when I was ice skating with the Girl Scouts, I fell and I hit the ground so hard that I peed myself, and I was wearing gray sweatpants.
Oh, that's sweet.
Peeing myself.
But
so
just
everyone can see it.
Just like I feel bad for her.
Oh.
I'm like, aw.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Oh. That's crazy that nothing comes to mind because there's definitely moments that keep me up at night. But I don't know, I'll bring up the thing Brienne wanted me to bring up, which was my eyebrow phase when my eyebrows were really crazy. This was like 2019 too, so I can't even really use the 2016 trend excuse thing. They were just really close together.
Eyebrows are similar to eyeliner, that if you want to do them as a part of your makeup routine, you have to go through a phase where it's fucking bad and crazy.
Probably.
Because that's why I didn't start doing eyeliner for so long. I didn't learn how to do eyeliner until COVID 2020.
Yeah.
My sophomore year of college. Because I knew by the time I was allowed to have my own makeup, I was like, it's too late. I'm not going to go fucking out with crazy eyeliner. I'm too old. I'm 20 years old. But then, the world shut down and I was like, okay, so now no one's going to see me. So now I'm going to do it until it looks good.
Real. Yeah, and I got publicly made fun of for it online, so.
Oh, well, that's less fun.
Yeah. But it did fix the issue.
30, when did you last cry in front of another person and by yourself? I cried yesterday over the new episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. Shout out if you guys watch it. Doubt anyone would, but it's a really good show. Someone else? Nothing comes to mind. I never cry in front of anybody else.
It was probably for media, like watching something sad. Last time I cried, I think I was watching the end of season 1 Walking Dead game, Telltale series. And now I'm in an obsession with watching that again, so I'm probably going to cry again over that soon. And then, with a person, it probably was, like, watching some sort of sad media. I don't know if this was the last time, but the thing that comes to mind was watching Brokeback Mountain in theaters with a friend. We both cried together. But I don't remember a time between that.
If anyone who listens to this podcast has ever seen me cry, drop a comment, because I sincerely doubt it. I think last time we brought this up, I actually texted Erin, because she was my roommate freshman year of college, and that was probably about the most mentally unstable I've been. Erin into the next year with my other roommates, and I asked them all. They were like, no. Liz Katolka, my sophomore year roommate, definitely saw me cry. But that's because it was COVID and there was nowhere else to go. We didn't share a room, so our roommates who we shared a room with were in the room. So I was like sitting at the table, and she didn't say anything actually. She didn't even ask me if I was okay. I think she was just like actually flabbergasted that she didn't know what to do or how to comfort me, because I don't do that.
Right.
That's actually probably the last time. 31, tell your partner something that you like about them already. Well, I think we can skip that. Number 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? I have a few.
Probably rape. I can't think of a scenario where rape jokes are funny. There's a lot of other things that I think it depends on the party. 'Cause I think, like, racism is probably fine if you're a black person doing it and you're doing it in a way that feels tasteful to you. I guess I'm not one to really say, but, like, that feels fine. Misogyny, if you're a woman and you do it tastefully. Transphobia, if you're a trans person and you do it tastefully. Like, I think that, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, even if you're a rape victim, I can't really think of, like, even if I still can't think of a way. I guess most acts of male violence probably would be where I would say no, that I don't think there's a scenario, even if you are the one who you're punching up, it's still like, but do we need to joke about that though? I'm not sure. I think that's the one thing that comes to mind.
Mine's definitely related, and I have 3 specific ones that are also hot takes because everybody fucking jokes about it. I would say Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein Files, and Diddy. All three of them. I don't think any of those jokes have ever been funny, but everyone keeps making them.
Yeah. Nope, that goes on.
And
like,
it's basically the less general version of what you said, but I just think there's such big material for jokes right now that it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
33. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone, and why haven't you told them yet?
I'm not sure. I feel like I would just want to tell everyone that I love them and how much they mean to me, and why don't I? Because I have a problem with affection. As we said. I feel like that'd be it. I feel like a lot of people know those things, but like I feel like I regret that I don't always say how much everyone in my life means for me, and I think they do know that, but obviously it's not the same as hearing it, and so, but I just struggle with that, obviously, so.
Yeah, I think mine would be something along similar lines to my sister, and also bringing up that I think that she doesn't treat me the best at the moment. That's my hot take. Be honest about why I'm upset with her, I guess, in the general sense. There's nothing like I'm like, it's not like a specific fight. It's more so like an overarching, like, this is making me feel consistently bad. But then also being more honest about how much I love her, I guess, because also I don't say it.
Right.
34. Your house containing everything you own catches fire, and after saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save one item. What would it be and why? That's really, I don't even know.
I have a photo album my grandma made for me. I'd probably save that, because that's technically would be lost media. I feel like everything I could replace, I don't have too many sentimental things, honestly. So, I'd probably say that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It would... Yeah, I'm not positive what that would be, because most of the photos I have digital copies of them that are printed out, per se. Or, like, I just have the digital copy of I've taken a picture of the physical copy as well. I'm not sure. I don't know, if anything. I think I would just actually not want to run back into my house that's burning and on fire. But, if I had to choose something, maybe my Build-A-Bear dinosaur that I made named Eleanor.
Cute.
But she's in a bag downstairs, so I don't know.
It'd be hard. You rifling through the basement.
Because normally she's on my bed, but I've been #bad about it, so she's like not even, that makes me feel shitty. Like, I'm running in the house to save her, I don't even have her out right now. 35, of all the people in your family, whose death would you find the most disturbing and why?
Sisters, and there wouldn't be one I could choose. All of them would be devastating.
Yeah, mine would also be my sister. My immediate family is just me, my parents, and my sister. So I feel like that's not a hard choice, considering my parents are much older.
Yeah, they all have to die after me. That's just the way it goes.
36. We can do this as, actually, instead of typical advice, I feel like we should do this last question as our advice.
Okay.
Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how they might handle it. Then ask your partner to reflect on how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen.
What was the latter half?
Then ask your partner, ask the advice.
Yep.
Then ask your partner to reflect on how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen.
Okay.
Okay, here's mine. I think that I feel personally that even my friends who know me the best have a version of me in their head that does not feel the representative of how I see myself. And I don't know how to not be angry when they don't know me in the way that I feel I present myself. Because you can't control how people perceive you.
Right.
That's just a fact.
Yes.
But then at the same time, I'm consistently disappointed or upset that people don't see me in the way that I see myself, or don't act on the way that I feel that I am obviously projecting for them to act. Or I don't really know how to phrase that part of it. Yeah, not sure how to do it because it feels like a me thing, but also like a how do you deal with, I don't know. Then consistently feeling like you're not ever known, I guess, when you are, in a way. I don't know if it's me or if it's everyone else. It's mostly me, but...
Yeah, I think two things can be true. I think there is some sort of... I don't know the right word for it, but like... reconciliation is the word that's coming to mind, but I don't feel like that's the word I'm trying to say. But like, within yourself, that there is no possible way that anyone will know you better than you know you. Because it's just impossible. The only thing you can hope for is that people know you the best way that you can provide, and I think you do a good job of sharing your likes and your interests and the way you perceive. I think the only thing that you could change, which is a struggle because it does involve a little bit, it feels like confrontation, is like if you feel like someone is characterizing you or perceiving you incorrectly in a way that hurts you, that you would then correct that. And I think it would depend on the situation, because like it depends on it, but I think that's the only way that it would be, is like if that's their perception of you, then I guess that's what it is. But if it's a hurtful perception or one that you don't have yourself, or it could be just like from an understanding of like why, like hey, like you, I guess it's hard without bringing up specific examples, but like you perceive me in this way, and it's kind of interesting to me because I don't feel like I see myself that way, or whatever way you'd want to describe it, and like, can we talk about that? And maybe you change your perspective, or maybe it would give you better insight into yourself, because there's a difference in the way that you perceive yourself and the way that you present to others.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe you're like, oh, well, if I'm doing something and people are perceiving it as this way, I think a big part of that is on them too, but then you could maybe, if it's something that really bugs you, you could be like, okay, that'd be something that I want to change about the way I present myself to others, because I don't want them to perceive me that way.
True.
But I think it is just like, it's something that bothers you, then there's got to be conversation about it. It's not like your traditional, obviously, conversation, like a general thing that bugs you, but like for you it is important, and it does bother you, and so I think it is important for you to kind of stick up for yourself in that way. Not that I think other people are necessarily tearing you down, but like if it is important for you to, like, as you said, one of your most important things is, like, being in a friendship is, like, having someone really see you, then I think it does make sense that you are bringing up when people are inaccurately seeing you.
True.
And I was supposed to give on how you're feeling about the situation or something, right?
Yes.
Or like
how I seem to be feeling about the problem I have chosen.
Yeah, it's something that bothers you, because as I kind of already explained, is it's important to you. And I don't think that it's just a case of, like, oh, well, like, there's nothing that can be done. And that's why I think the advice leads to having conversations about it, because I think misconceptions and misperceptions happen all the time. And I think getting that cleared up would make you feel better, even though those conversations could potentially be hard. If you're watching this podcast, know that it's not that serious. It's about Elizabeth and her desire, and obviously, yeah, she said that she, as this whole conversation has proven, like, it's very important for her to be perceived in a way that makes her, yeah, that she wants to be perceived in a way. I guess I feel like I'm wording it weird, because it's be like, only people can only perceive me in the way I want. I don't think it's about that. It's like, you want them to perceive you for your real you. Mm-hmm. And so I think if people have a misconception of you, then clearing that up is good for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, you struggle with that, and I don't think that's just, I think that's a normal thing to struggle from, and especially with your background, it makes sense. And it is just a hard thing to bring up. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Okay. I feel like I struggle to I know I gotta think about the way for me to word this. I admire the way that you, like, as I kind of said, is your good qualities is, like, you reach out to others and you, like, care for others. And I feel like you make really good, meaningful connections with the people that you want to. And I guess I feel like I struggle at that. I feel like I'm so, like, it's not something that I feel like comes second nature to me. Not to say that it does for you either, but just for me, it feels like it's just not the first thing that comes to mind, and I really wish I was better at that. And so I don't know how I'm really phrasing this in an advice, but, like, I don't know if you had any advice or opinions on the way that you care for others and how you make it a part, unless it is innate, then I guess it is, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't, not in the way that you do. In, like, making an effort in other people's lives and to see them or be there for them, or, like, think of them, or I guess I do think of people a lot, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think advice-wise. Yeah. I think, unrelated to that, in general, I think a lot of it is some weird innate, like, almost like the manic pixie dream girl phenomenon, but like with everyone in non-romantic sense, where everyone's just like, oh my god, we're so connected, we're so like, and you're the coolest person I've ever met, which also probably, contributes to my own issues.
Sure.
With how I feel like people know me and me know them. I think, advice, I think investing in other people's interests, which I think you do, and not necessarily going off on your own, but very much asking, I make, probably because I like making things not about myself, but a conscious, like, I ask specific questions, or I say specific things that I know, this is making me seem really fake, actually, that I know the other person wants to hear, or that I know will prompt that person to speak more about what they're talking about, or about what they want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Like, I innately pick up on people's moods, though, against my will from trauma response. Right. But, like, that's, I think, purposefully playing into what that person wants to hear or what that person wants to talk about, even if you don't necessarily care about the topic itself. It's more so you care about the person wanting to talk about it. You know, like purposefully opening those types of doors for people, and then also like just coming back to it in small and random ways, I guess.
Right.
I guess I don't know how I advise how to think about that in your day to life. Be like, oh, I think for me, honestly, the biggest thing that it stems from is from like social media. Seeing something on social media, and like I use social media apps like sort games, where it's like, I think you're actually getting the brunt of the most of it right now. We have the most overlapping interest in this moment, but also Erin is typically a big one where I don't watch TikToks because I'm enjoying I do enjoy them, but I watch them because I send them, I sort to who should see it, because I want them to enjoy it, I guess.
Right. In
that way. Okay, well, if the video looks a little weird, guys, after that 1 second, Ginger just hit it, so. But I also think that you think that you're very bad at it, but I don't perceive you in that way, I guess. I think you're actually quite good at it. I think I'm
good at it with you because you, like, I feel like it's easier for me to reciprocate, and obviously it's something that you're already really good at. I feel like it's with my other friendships that I'm lacking a bit.
I also think excuses to text someone randomly about nothing. Sometimes I just will send a text just because, I don't know, sometimes I get nervous that I don't text people enough, and then I'm like, I don't keep like a list in my head, and I'm like, oh, this is the time. Although I wish I did, because I feel like then I would be better at being a friend. Sometimes
See, that's some shit that I would do. You tell me,
like, you need a time.
Yeah, you tell me like, oh, reach out to people more often. I'm like, okay, so let me create a list that has like when I need to reach out. Like, that's how my brain does work.
I treat everyone almost like I'm texting a boyfriend, in the sense of like, I had this dream about you, or like, I even just like yesterday, I didn't even have fucking jack shit to say to Erin, and I just texted her, and I was like, we haven't texted at all today, and I don't have anything to say, but I just want to text you, so, like, I want to talk about something, even though there's nothing to talk about, or I send stickers that are ridiculous, with no context. I think, like, constantly running bits in my mind with everybody else is a big one, because it's like, I'm not thinking this is the time that I have to text the person because it's been X amount of time, because I do think about that, and I do worry about that a lot, but in places where it feels like it works out the easiest, it's just like I can just send a picture, or just send a whatever shit like that, I guess. Texting my inner thoughts to everybody I know,
right,
and sorting my inner thoughts to who I think would be the funniest person to receive it. I think I kind of just live all of my life like a huge bit.
Okay.
Probably relates back to my own issues.
Sure.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, like, actual, like, good advice, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's a hard question.
I guess planning activities, not, like, in the sense of I need to plan this, but, like, there's so many things I want to do, and I just think of who would most likely want to do that with me. Turning everything that I personally want to do into, like, a group activity. And maybe it's not something the other person necessarily really wants to do, but, like, I can typically find a friend who would want to talk about what I want to talk about, or who would I whatever, and, like, you know what I mean? And then that person, I think, feels chosen when I do that. Yeah. And they're like, you chose me that you thought I would want to do this, or whatever? And I'm like, right, yeah, everything's a sorting game, I guess, in my head. Yeah. But I still do think that you think you're worse at it than
probably
you are. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's, goes without saying, I guess. But I think that I guess to how you feel about it, but also I think to not soothe how you feel per se, but just as like from my perspective, looking at our friend group and our network of people, I think that you are the nexus of everybody. I think if you weren't in the friend group, none of us would be friends. Not even just like, I know that's just a coincidence of how things started, but like in general, I think you are the core friend of all of our friends. So I think, I don't know if that's a comfort or anything, but I do think
I would disagree, because I would say it was you. But
I don't perceive it that way. Maybe it's both of us.
Do we need to have a conversation about that now?
Hey guys, who is the main character of the friend group? Drop your comments down below. it's a competition. We do like a vote, like the fucking Hamza and Martin when they were God and the Devil.
We do a live and it's like, give me roses, give me roses.
Who is the main friend? Who's the main friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had more.
No, it's a hard question,
advice.
and I couldn't think of any, but really much to ask for, but I think that's, yeah. I think your answer was good.
Well, okay, good.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Are you guys in love with us now, or do you think we're in love with each other?
Those are really great questions. I forget about how good they are. You know what we should do, and I was thinking this from the first question? We should do it every anniversary, because I feel like every single year our answer could change.
Well, yeah,
all of them.
There was some that I remember from doing it in college, and I was like, oh, I don't feel that way.
So that would be a really good test to the pod to be like, every year we see kind of what has changed over the year. Yeah.
Well, in the past, what if you were gonna die? Like, what would you tell what would you wish you have told someone? Mm-hmm. All of college, it was like, my answer was always, I wish I just looked Parker in the face and told him exactly honestly how I felt about him and just faced the rejection head on instead of the hints that were obvious that he could just pretend weren't there, even though I was fucking obvious, period, point blank.
Right.
But I would never say that now. That could not be farther from my answer.
Right.
But as I read the question, I was like, oh my, because if I'm doing it with a friend, I want to answer honestly, and I've done it so many times in college. In my head, I was like, I can feel the humiliation ritual from the past of answering this question.
Right.
It's always was to do with romantic interest, or even going back to the girl I had a crush on in high school, being just reaching out one more time and being like, no, I was in love with you, and and maybe it doesn't matter whether or not how you felt, but I've always wanted to know, or I still think about it. Mm-hmm. Which still I guess that would be something I would want answered, but it's not at any high priority. So I agree, that would be really, really cool.
Yeah. So, look forward to that for year 2, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, when we're gay famous. We'll do, the Vanity Fair like Billie Eilish every year.
Yes, actually. That would be good.
Do you have any must recommends? Or not really?
I guess The Walking Dead Season 1 Telltale series, because that's what I've been watching lately. Izzy and Emma are going to play the final chapter, or episode, I think it's technically called, should be Monday. They're gonna cry so hard.
Do they have any idea of how it's supposed to go, or no? They don't have any idea.
I don't think so. Izzy and Emma, Izzy has watched The Walking Dead. She's a really big Walking Dead TV show fan, but they don't overlap at all. But, so no, I don't think they have. Oh. They just, the way that the episode 4 ends kind of gives an idea, and they were like, that's not real. That had to be a dream. That can't be
right.
I think they understand it's not, but they literally could not comprehend it. So I don't think they are prepared at all. No, even though the game is kind of in your face of
what's gonna happen.
It's true to the Walking Dead series in that ain't nobody safe.
Right.
Ain't nobody safe.
Right.
Anyways, it's just it's an old game, but it's good. It's got a an interesting story. Yeah. So. That's what I've been watching right now, so I guess I'll have to recommend that.
My must recommend is if you are scared of realistic things like the dark / home invasion / a man breaking into your home and killing you or breaking your home and raping you, you should just expose yourself to horror media of things that could never happen. Because I typically avoid a ton of horror because I get scared very easily. I've always been a baby girl. I've been scared of everything growing up. And then I'll go and watch a scary thing. It won't scare me. I'll keep going, and then something will really scare me, and then I'll fall back in progress and not be able to sleep. So I generally avoid it. But after last week, I was so nervous about moving. I live in a house by myself with multiple floors and a lot of dark places and also multiple points of entry. I have a really big fear that at my worst mental health wise, I'm convinced a man is hunting me down, and gonna kill me or rape me and things, all the above. Mm-hmm. I was really worried moving into the house because I'm I can't realistically ever think I'm truly safe. And yeah, it's still something I'm a little bit dealing with. But after she came last weekend because we ended up getting snowed in, so we just spent her birthday here, so I didn't want her to be alone for her birthday. And we ended up playing The Quarry. Mm-hmm. We talked about it last episode or 2 episodes ago, I guess, in her episode. We ended up playing that. We watched Until Dawn, the movie, finally. We watched some other creepy movie, and, like, I had just been watching Poppy Playtime. Me and my mom watched FNAF 2. And, like, weirdly coming off of that, I expected when you and my mom left the same day, I was like, shit. Like, why would I do that? I'm going to be so fucking scared now.
Right.
It's going to be fresh in my mind. But if I'm trying to fall asleep, if I can, like, conjure the image of, like, a scary monster in my head, and I know that, like, realistically that monster is not in my house right now, or, like, can't, like, I guess the house is a bit different in terms of, like, a FNAF animatronic could get in here, but, like, I don't know, like, with Poppy Playtime, Huggy Wuggy is 16 feet tall. Ain't no fucking Huggy Wuggy getting in, it's not possible. So, like, purposely thinking of the scary image in terms of the jump scare of it counteracts the actual real and valid fear of, and a man could actually in any moment break in and kill me.
Right.
And it actually, like, helps me calm down.
Okay.
So, maybe if you're struggling with some realistic fears or things like that, maybe focus on things that are artificially scary. You might surprise yourself.
Yeah, honestly. That's funny. But if it worked for you, it could work for others. Seriously.
Well, because if I go to therapy and I'm like, I'm scared a man is going to break into my house and assault me or kill me, because it could just happen to you at any time, and it's really for women, it's a matter of when it's going to almost happen or whether or not. It's chance. You can't guarantee it'll never happen.
Right.
My therapist can't say it's not going to happen to me because she knows that it could.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're women.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's no real comfort. The only comfort in something, a fear like that, is acceptance that you can't control it if it happens to you.
Yep.
So, you know, having another way to counteract it, I think, has been fun. She's been doing this so much, stepping on all my shit.
Yep.
Posters and shit.
I think it means it's time to go. This was, we'll see what it is with the cuts, but definitely one of our longer episodes, but I feel like worthy for an anniversary.
True.
Drop your predictions in the comments, guys. What do you think the next year has to hold for us?
I feel like we're not steadily gaining followers, but we do gain followers.
Yeah.
It's not devoid.
We had a 1 million view video in our first year, and then other, like, viral-ish videos, and I think for people that are starting off from literally zero, like, in terms of engagement, like, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of
100 subscribers.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what next year's total is. But yeah.
Sorry, I just assaulted my dog.
Thanks for being on this journey with us, you guys. 1 year down. Yeah, I don't know how much there is to say. Thank you
Many more
to
to
all
go,
that watch.
Hopefully. Until we're 30, as we once said.
No, we said it would be crazy at 30, and we're like, wait, that's not that far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, follow us on our socials. We're weknowbetterpod everywhere, and on TikTok it has 2 Ds. Meggie Liz on TikTok, elizabethrosepenabrown on Instagram. She's more Cooper 2020 on both, and in all our social medias and our pinned post is the information about our mutual aid fund for the Minneapolis area. All right, I'm gonna go beat my dog.
Oh,
bye.
Bye.